this was your second CAT attempt. So can you tell me a bit about your first attempt?
Last time I scored 97.3 something. So somehow the first two mocks that I gave, the first one I got like a 132 or 134, and the second mock I gave, I got a 156.
Okay.
So I got like a very good confidence boost.
Okay.
I was able to attempt only 8 questions in the final CAT.
Okay.
And I don't know how it happened. Somehow, when I was just attempting the question, I saw 30 seconds left.
Okay.
And after that, I was like, a good attempt was wasted all due to quant.
46 days without a break, you always took the daily target. Excellent. As you might all know that he got 100 percentile. So we are with Bhaskar. As you might all know that he got 100 percentile. I know a lot of our Cracku students are very curious to know more about his background, how he prepared, and everything about the journey. So Bhaskar, can you tell us a bit about your academic background?
Yeah, so hello ma'am. Nice to have you. So like my schooling, I started in Gujarat, Surat. I was there till 5th standard. Then I shifted to Navi Mumbai. I was there till 12th. My 12th completed in COVID, so I don't take the credit for that. But yeah, after that, I'd given JEE. So I went to IIT BHU, mining engineering, and I graduated this year only, 2025. And basically, like my 10th and 12th had 92, 95, and my college CPI was 8.07. So like kind of an average percentile for generally the people in my category who attempt for CAT.
And this was your second CAT attempt. So can you tell me a bit about your first attempt?
Yeah, so during my first attempt, which I had taken last year, I wasn't as focused as I was this time. And also, I think I was a lot diverted due to being in college placements, college exams, which also came during the same time, and preparing for the campus placement interviews, which were going to start the next week after CAT. Even the same day of CAT, I gave 2 placement tests, and the next day I gave 3.
Okay.
So, and my end sems ended 2 days before the CAT exam.
Okay.
So I think a lot of the focus was divided, and also the preparation and the amount of mocks and all I should have given, that I think I was lacking a bit.
Okay. And this time you scored 100 percentile. Last time, how much did you score?
Last time I scored 97.3 something.
Okay, so that's a big jump, right? 97 to 100 percentile, and an excellent jump, by the way. Can you tell me how did you prepare this time? How many mocks did you solve, etc.?
Yeah, so this time around I was a lot more structured in my preparation. So I think I started preparing around May end, when I left the college. So because I knew I would be starting a job in July, so I would get less time at that time. So during the May last 1-2 weeks and the June period, basically, I tried to just kind of see where I am. I gave 2-3 mocks, and that kind of gave me an idea as to where I'm standing this year as compared to last year. So somehow the first 2 mocks that I gave, the first one I got like a 132 or 134, and the second mock I gave, I got a 156.
Okay.
So I got like a very good confidence boost, like, wow, this is like double the score that I got in CAT 24.
Okay.
How is this happening? But then as I gave more mocks, I scored around 108, 117. So the final range like started to come somewhere close to 120. And this time, something that I did to kind of track my progress was all the mocks that I gave. I created an Excel file. I noted the number of questions attempted, the accuracy rate, and the marks. And anywhere, if I would have the accuracy less than 80%, so I would kind of label that as a red percentage.
Oh, okay.
So I can see that in which mock, if there is a section that I'm particularly performing poorly in. And also I'd kind of keep a track of the attempt rate, especially for VARC, because a lot of times it would happen that one RC I'll miss, or one RC in the last 2 minutes I'll be just like, okay, can I figure out an option? If yes, then okay. If no, then not. Also, regarding the RCs, I kind of had a statement that there are 4 questions, they are MCQs. If I go probability wise,
Okay.
So expected outcome is
Yeah.
net 0. So
Yeah.
that is something I can go for. But then as I went more into my preparation, and along with the job, I got very less time during the weekdays, hardly 2 or 2.5 hours. Because apart from the job timings, you have to take some time to
Relax
decompress
all,
and
yeah.
relax. Yes. So my basic goal was that during the weeks, I'd solve a few questions a day, try to get 2 hours of prep, and on the weekends, all I do is give one mock and analyze it the same day. Like morning, I'll try to give the mock. Around 10 to 11, I would sit, and that day evening, I'd analyze that mock completely. So I would not leave anything for the next day, and same thing I'd do on Sunday.
Okay.
And slowly and slowly, as I went on, I also saw a video of Maruti sir. So in that, he had stated that VRC you should attempt all 24. That's the only way if you want to score above 99 percentile. And then I kind of divided the VRC attempt by time segments. Like for each RC, I would think somewhere around 6 minutes, max to max 7 minutes. I have to solve that RC.
Okay.
So in the starting 2-3 mocks, it didn't happen. But gradually it started happening. I was able to attempt 20-24 questions for each VRC section that I attempted. And quant and LRDI was something that I was already very good at. So that I didn't have to work on, which I think is a very big factor for most of the people. They struggle in the LR part. So that is something like
was good for you.
Was good for me. That worked out. And quant is something that I'm actually good at. But my 2024 attempt went sour just because of quant. I was able to attempt only 8 questions in the final CAT.
Okay.
And I don't know how it happened. Somehow, when I was just attempting the question, I saw 30 seconds left.
Okay.
And after that, I was like, a good attempt was wasted all due to quant. So this year, I was very careful whenever I was attempting the quant. If I have spent 1.5 minutes on a question and I'm not close to solving it, I won't think that I've spent this time. I'll think I've already lost this time. I can't afford to lose more. If I have time, I'll come back. If not, this question already got more time than it deserved. So I have to move on. That letting go of the question in quant, that is also something that I focused on.
Okay. What would you say was your weakest section that you had to work on the most?
So I guess I would have to say VARC because usually even in quant, if I would attempt less questions, let's say I was averaging around 19 to 20 attempts, but even if I attempt 17 questions, I would be getting like 16 of them right or 15 of them right. But in VARC, my accuracy was fluctuating quite a bit. It dropped down to even 60% sometimes. And for one particular mock, it was 100%.
Okay.
So 24 on 24, I got correct.
Okay.
So that was a very big range. And obviously, I know that 100% was little bit of luck. Like maybe I could have got 22 correct, but the rest two were obviously flukes. So that is something that I wanted to improve on. The range I wanted to be a lot narrow. Like if it is 70 to 80, 75 to 85, that is good. But 60 to 100 was too wide for like my taste, because I didn't want to make a mistake that in quant I do good and DILR I'm doing well across the mocks. In VRC, because of a low sectional, I didn't want to miss out. So I focused on improving the kind of accuracy rate for English that I achieved through daily practice. I would solve 1 RC a day. Like the daily targets helped a lot in this. So even if I don't get to attempt any sectional test or 15-minute, 30-minute test, I'd at least be solving that RC. And I'd be analyzing it, that if I went wrong, why was I wrong? What's the logic behind it? And slowly I started seeing it. And quant was more about letting go and trying to see as many questions as I can. Because many times during the mock analysis, I'd see that, okay, 19th question I attempted, rest 3 were so easy. I could have done that in 3 minutes. But I spent those 3 minutes on one question that sometimes I would even get wrong.
I saw that you had attempted 312 daily targets, and I was like very awestruck by the consistency of it. Because if you started in like say May, you almost attempted every single day, I guess, religiously, because Saturday, Sunday is not there. So you were very, very consistent with it. Can you tell me how did you stay consistent?
So basically, like you get a streak there.
Yeah.
So that streak is a very good motivator. Like
Okay.
it's kind of like Snapchat.
Okay.
Like in 2018-19, I think Snapchat was very popular and everyone was crazy behind the streaks. 100, 200. So seeing that number gives you kind of satisfaction that yes, you're true to yourself, you're working towards a goal. And in some days when I was very busy or maybe I was traveling, so the only good thing I'll have about my preparation is that at least I gave a daily test. I'm
Yeah.
doing something, I'm keeping the mind active, and maybe I was not able to do much today, but my commitment is there.
Yeah.
Because it was a show of my consistency. So that kind of helped me to try to do it every day.
Okay.
So I think by the time I ended, the last 2 months, I attempted consecutively for every single day.
What was your highest streak number?
Around 45, 46.
Wow, that is very good. That's very good. So 46 days without a break, you always took the daily target. Excellent. That is very, very good. If there was one advice you'd give to somebody who's preparing for CAT, one thing that you learned or one mistake to avoid, what would you say?
So the biggest mistake that a person can make is not analyze what position they are in when they start their prep, because I think that is the most important thing you need to do before you start a prep. Because in my case, like I knew my DILR is good, I just need a little practice. Quant, I need to practice letting go, and VRC, I need to spend more time with the RCs, understand the logic behind how the questions work. But many people I have seen, they are good in RC. They are very good. Like even today, I met many people who scored 40, 55, 57. But they are struggling in DILR. So they have to kind of give the time to the LR, because DI is not something I think anyone would struggle with. It's just basic maths and a speed thing. It's basically quants. But LR, the way of the thinking, the pattern of the questions, either you have a very good logical reasoning, so you are able to pick up, or you practice so much that the type of question you know, okay, this one, this type of diagram I'll draw, how I can segregate the data. It's all about organizing it. So that you can achieve through practice, because at the end of the day, consistency and hard work beats everything.
Okay. If somebody was starting today, they are looking at your interview and they are like thinking of starting today, what would you tell them to do? How should they make their CAT 2026 go well?
So first of all, give a mock today itself. See where you stand. Then in 2-3 days, again give a mock and compare if the results are consistent. Because a single mock can be misleading. So give 2 or 3 mocks if you want to kind of analyze where you are. You already, based on your profile and your life, you know where you stand, but still give these 2-3 mocks, see where you stand, and then according to that, formulate a plan. So I would suggest that up till May or June, 1 mock a day, 1 mock a week.
Okay.
1 mock a day is too much. 1 mock a week, and keep focusing more on what section you feel you are lacking in. And for some people who think they lack in all the sections, then starting onwards, you have to work on all 3 simultaneously. Don't think that, okay, I'll push this first, then this, then this. So you have to keep all of them together. If you feel one is lacking, give that more time. On a weekly basis, you can manage. Okay, 2 days I'm giving to quant because I'm weaker, but one day I'm giving DILR and English. But you have to be consistent. And the most important thing after that is to mark your progress. Because if you are being consistent, but you don't mark your progress, you don't know if you have progressed, if the skills have changed. Maybe you are weak in quants, but after 3 months, your quants is good, your DILR is good, but English still hasn't improved.
Yeah.
So tracking your progress is also something that you should pay a lot of attention to. And then afterwards, as you go from June to September, you increase to 2 mocks every week. Then October and November, first 2 weeks, I would say 3 or 4 mocks a week.
Okay. That's excellent advice from Bhaskar. And see just the number of mocks he has given, number of questions he has solved. The percentile is just like a summation of all the hard work that has been put till then. So thank you so much for the interview, Bhaskar. And I know a lot of people will take a lot of courage, lot of lessons from this. And if you work hard, you can also achieve what Bhaskar has achieved. So thank you so much for the interview, Bhaskar.